All right, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with week 4 of Eternity of Pain, the first part of it with Dormammu. Now, this was a really tough one to make because it was hard to narrow down the list to just 10 options. And when it comes to like the top 6 specifically, all of them have a decent argument for number 1 for different reasons, all right? Now, I personally just came to the conclusion of what I personally think the top 5 should be in order, but at the end of the day, it does not really matter where these champions place. These are just 10 champions who are really good for the fight, and we're going to go over even more than 10. The nodes here were very interesting. There's buffed up. You get degen, of course, right, when buffs expire against Dormammu, but also you get degen resistance, right, that scales with your power meter, and you can also reflect that degen as well. He also has footloose and some other stuff as well. But there are a lot of really fun options for this week. We're going to go over a lot of them. Before we jump into the actual top 10 list, this is the list of all of the offensive burst champions who fit one of the objectives. As you can see, there are a lot of options here who are definitely very solid champions that you probably have at least a few of these ranked up that you should be able to get through this fight with. A lot of them have buffs as well, okay? So these are all the champions for just one objective, and a lot of them are very good. The other objectives are Spider-Verse heroes and if you're Paragon, robots, okay? Those two are a little bit less, right, vast, but they're still very good, and there are a lot of great champions in it. So let's start jumping into the actual list now. So, friendly reminder, this is just a top 10 list for one fight that's out for 1 week in MCOC, so it's no need to start World War III in the comments section, okay? If you really want to, I can't stop you. But for number 10, I threw Mango Eggnog in there. Why did I choose Mango Eggnog over all of the other champions in the offensive burst? Because, man, this dude was a serious Cinderella story, this Eternity of Pain. He fit all the objectives week 1. He fit multiple objectives week 2 against Icarus, don't remember, but he was so good week 2 against Icarus. I didn't try him against Blade, but I'm sure he could do it if he really wanted to. And then against Dormammu, he's great, he fits the objectives, and he can handle the fight as well. Mangog, man, total MVP for Eternity of Pain. Super cool to see it. When you have the boss rush coming next week, Mangog is a good option to bring in. You get 3 slots. He can handle at least 3 fights. Like I said, I didn't try against Blade, but knowing that Mangog can handle multiple fights on a 4-champ boss rush when you get 3 slots, I think he's deserving of top 10 on this list, especially a champion that many people consider to be bad, right? So really cool to see him doing some really cool stuff the past few weeks, honestly. Up next, we have Dragon Dude. I tried Dragon Dude a bunch of times, right? And he was, he was good for it. One big issue I have with Dragon Dude is he is an extra large champion, same as Mangog, right? But Dragon Dude has a special 1 that's great, pushes him in the corner, puts the slow on him with the special 1. But then when Dormammu gets pushed to a special 2, I know how to dex it, but very often when you're dexing with like an extra large champion, especially one like Dragon Dude who kind of just like dashes back a little bit, I find it to be a little clunky and I get hit by the special 2 a bunch and it feels a little inconsistent. But regardless, Dragon Dude is a robot, he fits the objective, and he's definitely good for the fight. Up next, we have Cosmic Ghost Rider. I didn't try this one myself, but I had a few people in chat saying that CGR absolutely obliterates him. When you like really break it down, you need buffs. You need to knock down the defender. There's Footloose. There's stun immunity on his specials. When you activate Damnation, you're going to remove any possibility of those buffs happening, right? Also, you're going to power lock him, get him in the corner, knock him down with heavy attacks, big special 2, lots of buffs. You're probably going to have a really good time with CGR. I didn't try it, but I'm sure he's going to... Oh, notification, that's me. That's me, not you. I'm sure that CGR is going to absolutely just nuke it. Up next, Longshot. A bunch of people in chat were saying Longshot was so good for it. He fits offensive burst. I love Longshot. A lot of people ranked him up for the Karina's Challenges Part 2. So if you did, take him for a spin. Obviously lots of buffs again to nullify against Dormammu. So that's going to be really, really good as well. You're going to be gaining a lot of power from a lot of sources. Longshot's going to have a lot of fun with his special too. Up next, we have Stealth Suit Spider-Man, who fits 2 objectives, Spider-Verse and offensive burst, which is really, really good good. There are actually 2 champions who fit both of those objectives, right? Stealthy's definitely good for it. He's got the slow debuff. He's got the web foam. I tried a couple times, got him down to like 40% health on like my second attempt. Then I moved on to other champions. Definitely think Stealthy can get the solo here without a doubt if you manage the knockdowns a little bit better with the degen and everything like that. If you get, a better AI. Yeah, Stealthy's definitely really good for the fight. The only downside is he is a little fragile. So, obviously attack values are very high. So if you take a bunch of blocked hits, it's not going to be too great, especially if you don't have a rank 3 Stealthy ranked up. But if you have a high 6 Stealthy, you're going to be doing a lot of damage, man. And that slow debuff definitely helps. Up next, we have, now like I said, the top 5 can really be in like any order. The top 7 really. Long shot should kind of be above Stealthy, but Stealthy has 2. Doesn't matter. Like I said, it literally doesn't matter. All right, up next, Vision. Dude, Vision, Age of Ultron specifically, is so good. One reason why he's a little bit lower on the list is that not many people have a high sig Vision. He was up until recently an exclusive 5-star. He is now in the basic pool, and 6-star sigs aren't too easy to come by. So even if he isn't super duper high sig, if you have a ranked up Vision, I was using a 5-star rank 4 Vision for a lot of my streams, trying to get him down. Usually, you make one mistake, 5-star rank 4 against this health pool, one shot and you're dead, right? But I got this guy down to like 30% using a rank 4 Vision. You control the fight the entire time. He's so good for this fight. Very strong argument for number 1 on the list, but I popped him at number 5 because I actually like the other 4 options a little bit more. Spider-Ham. So many people did it with Spider-Ham. He fits 2 objectives, Spider-Verse and also offensive burst. Now, there's a reason why Spider-Ham is not top 3, okay? What I value very highly in this fight is the ability to counter the unstoppable and the evade. Spider-Ham doesn't really do that. He counters the degeneration, which is really, really good. He doesn't take a bunch of degen damage, and also power stings, big damage, good stuff, right? Spider-Ham, great champion, can completely nuke this guy down, fits 2 objectives. But the other 3 champions have a little bit more value for me personally in this fight for different reasons, and I'll explain why as we go along, even though they don't fit 2 objectives at once. If you have Spider-Ham ranked up and you don't have these guys ranked up, like, dude, just use Spider-Ham, get both done. It's a no freaking brainer. Like I've said many times, the order of the list doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. If you have Spider-Ham ranked up, and he's your best option, he is probably your best option, without a doubt. So, up next, right, I have 1 for each objective. Number 3, Nebula. And I'll explain why I love Nebula so much. She completely cheeses this fight like it's nobody's business, dude. You build up your 20 shocks, right? You land a parry, you go for the special one, and you completely power lock Dormammu. You get him in the corner, you consistently do heavy attacks until you get to special 3. During this time period, you are going to be gaining buffs and placing the degen on Dormammu. You're going to get into the special 3. When you're at the special 3, Dormammu will be at 0 health. He will be at 0 power. Okay? At this point, you go for the special 3, you activate your super god mode electric stuff. I have no clue what it's called. All right? Now you're going to continue doing the heavy attack spams. You're going to be going for more special ones, power locking him, parrying, gaining more shocks, gaining more power locks. You can even go for the special 2 if you're feeling really frisky, man. But Nebula, so good. I completely cheese this fight with a rank 2 Nebula. If you got a Nebula ranked up, holy crap, she's so good for it. So I really value the guaranteed power lock. And you don't, as opposed to Vision where you have to like intercept and really rely on the AI with Dormammu cooperating. With Nebula, you get him in the corner, you power lock him, you heavy spam. So personally, I find that to be a little bit easier, and I find easier to be more valuable. Up next, we have Spider-Gwen, who is so good for this fight. Now, Spider-Gwen only fits 1 objective, while Spider-Ham fits 2. Spider-Gwen doesn't mitigate the degen damage like Spider-Ham does, but what Spider-Gwen has is a very easy access to a slow debuff, right? Even easier than Stealth just on the heavy attack. And also, with Spider-Gwen, you're going to be doing a lot of heavy attacks the entire fight, a lot of special ones the entire fight, so you're going to consistently be pushing the degen back onto Dormammu, okay? While also power locking him with the energy, which is really, really useful as well. You can counter his special 1 super duper easily with the special 1, right? You're going to consistently have him in the corner. You can backdraft, intercept. You can heavy spam if it lines up properly. I found Spider-Gwen to be a brainless solo, super duper duper easy, man. Listen, 1, 2, and 3, these options right here are options that I went in and I soloed the fight while hardly thinking. And that's why I put them at the top 3, because I find that ability to just be able to smash the opponent and get through it without having to intercept and watch out for the unstoppable and bait, power in a specific way. I find that to be a very valuable thing, especially when making a guide for the entire community, for people who aren't super duper amazing at intercepting and doing this and backdrafting, doing this and sidestepping. If you're able to go in and kind of cheese the fight a little bit, I feel like that should be higher on the list for people looking at it. Up next, we have, in my opinion, the best option all around for this fight, Mr. Negative. Oh my god, man. He fits offensive burst. Mr. Negative, literally, when he's awakened, heals from degen. He has buffs all over the place on his heavy attack, on everything else, right? Now, if you dash back, one thing about Negative is he removes his buffs, but that could also be good because you can use all those buffs to your advantage to get the dark energy? Light energy and dark energy? I forget exactly what it's called. But when you have 20 dark energy, you go for a special 2, you are doing a monster special 2, man. Now, the one thing about Mr. Negative, he does not counter the evade. He does not counter the unstoppable, but that's okay because he's literally healing during this fight. I went in one time. Well, I went in first fight of the stream, got smashed right away, restarted it. But then I went in and I soloed with Mr. Negative while not even understanding what all the nodes fully were yet. That's how good he is for this fight. He's literally healing the entire time, super easy access to his damage, and he's just amazing for this fight, man. Super duper good. So, Mr. Negative, dude, got everything you need for this fight. All of these champions here, especially the top 7, especially the top 8, really, 9. All of them, even the top 10. All these guys too. All of these options. Amazing for this fight. This was a really fun week. It wasn't super duper hard, right? Lots of great options. Let me know in the comment section below who you use. Let me know if you use somebody super duper underrated. I know a lot of people use Claire. Claire, definitely very good for it, no doubt about it. I'm sure people are going to use Domino, going to use Professor X, Kitty Pryde. Let's see who else we got going on here. I'm sure somebody's going to solo with a big Proxima special 3, going to be really fun. A big Sasquatch special 2. Strife is on there, Jane Foster, right? If anybody has Wong, he's probably good for it, right? Yeah, man, lots of really interesting options this week. That's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, drop your boy a big old like. Comment what you think about this week in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the stream next week of the Boss Rush, and I will be seeing you around.